Hi guys, you're not going to believe what happened. When I was shooting the last video, A Day in the Life, I had the entire video completed, all the editing done, ready to upload. And then I noticed as the sun was setting over the mountain, the clouds were just all so bright. Bright orange and red, and I said, I'm going to do one more clip, run out to around by the pool area and do just maybe 10-15 seconds of a quick video just showing how nice the sunset was. And I said, hey, that'd be a nice ending to the video. So I ran out there, stood on the coping of the pool, and I had my glasses clipped on my shirt. And the wind blew and knocked my glasses into the pool. So what I did was I quickly reached, of course I missed, but when I did that, my phone slipped out of my hand and went into the deep end. And I panicked. I did reach quickly and I missed. I stood up, and I don't know why I did this. I should have jumped in immediately. I thought, just take your shirt off quick and jump in. So it took me, 3 seconds to take my shirt off, which was 3 seconds that I didn't have.
There's the phone, went swimming.
Maybe 3 seconds to get to the bottom of the pool, because of course I had to be at the deep end. So it probably took me about 6 seconds to get down to the bottom, grab it real quick, get to the top. Too late, phone did not work. So we did what we were supposed to do. We were always told when that happens, bury your phone in rice. So within a minute, I took the cover off and got the phone right in, let it sit there a couple hours. And then I took the phone itself, and it's really only open on the bottom.
Yeah.
So I just shook it and it's, tapped it in my hand. A little bit of water came out, not much. So I just took a towel and set the phone on end. To think that would drain. And I let that sit all night. And I happened to wake up about 3 o'clock, like I normally do, 3 a.m. And I turned the phone on, and it worked. Didn't seem like there was any issues. So what I did was I quickly downloaded, while I had that phone working, downloaded on YouTube. That's why you had an opportunity to see that video. And everything was good.
Yeah.
Phone worked like a champ. Well, 24 hours later, this morning, I get up, go to turn on the phone, and the bottom half of the screen was black. So I said, oh no. So didn't know what to do, was just trying to move it around a little bit. Within a minute or two, it was up at 3/4. So I just set the phone down, and within an hour, the screen is totally black. So what I'm doing now is I'm using Wilma's phone. So let us know if this picture clarity is about the same as the rest. My phone was a little newer, I think one generation of Samsung newer.
Yeah.
So I would assume with every generation, the picture clarity gets better and better.
Yeah.
So the good news is that I have all the software for editing and doing the thumbnails on this phone.
Yeah.
So we will be able to do videos. I just don't know what the clarity is going to be like. So there's good news. And then I do have a backup phone, which is 2 generations older than Wilma's phone.
Yeah.
But that does not have any software loaded on it at all. So I'm going to have to spend the time, of course, the battery's dead. I'm charging it now. Download all the software, and let's see how that works.
Yeah.
So guys, help us out. This video as compared to our next video. I'm using Wilma's phone now, and then I'll be using my backup phone.
Yes.
Once I get that operational on the next video. So within this video and the next video, let us know if you see any real difference in picture quality. I may have to just break down and go get the new Samsung phone. I think it's version 22 or 23 right now.
I think 22 now.
Yeah, I think 23 just came out.
Oh, okay. So you must as well get a new one.
Yeah, so don't know what the prices are, but we'll take a look and see. So you can help us out with that. So we still got a lot going on. The puppies are doing well. We'll show you they're getting baths today. We did finally find a gardener.
Yes, finally.
We're very happy about that. So we were downtown right here in the Barangay, and we just striked up a conversation with a local lady. And she was saying, hey, you know, I do gardening for 3 other foreigner families
Yes, around here.
that are live in this area. And we said, wow, well, how does that work? She goes, well, most foreigners here only want a gardener 1 day a week. And I said, well, that's what we want.
That's what we want, yes.
So she goes, would you be interested in hiring me? Because I would love to work 6 days a week, but I only work 3 days a week, 1 day at 3 different foreigner homes.
Yeah.
So we said, that's fantastic. What day are you available? She said, how about Saturday? I don't have any job on Saturday. So I said, deal. So she's on site today. We'll show you what she's working on. And we'll talk to her about if she wants to be on camera or not. And we'll go from there.
Yeah.
So we finally found somebody just to help out with general cleaning of the yard, picking up all the debris, weeding the garden, and basically weeding anywhere on the property.
Yeah.
Going through and cleaning up. With all the wind that we've been getting, especially when typhoons go by to the north, there's a lot of leaves that come onto the property from the jungle behind us. So it does make sense to have somebody once a week. So we took care of that. So we're happy about that. So also, I want to ask you guys if you'd be interested in having a subscriber-only live stream to talk about your future home build. And the reason why we talked about that is I'm still getting a lot of emails, comments, Facebook messages about various topics about building in the Philippines. And I thought it would be worthwhile, instead of just getting a question, and again, we're not experts, but we did go through the process, so we have our own experience. So people ask questions left and right. I had a question just yesterday on, did you do a leach field in your septic tank? How did you do it? So I figured if we had a live stream, and we'll put it on 2 or 3 days before we actually do it. We'll have it be subscriber only, so it's someone who's serious about building a home and probably watched our build. So we won't just get an influx of people just asking just random questions. The live stream will be focused on our experiences and your questions regarding home building. We could talk about titling property, how we found property. We could talk about using a realtor, what was the checklist that we used on how the property needed to be, meaning you know, the municipal water and how the electric came to the property. We could talk about architect. We could talk about contractor, different styles of home, and then get into any specifics. So the fact that, again, we're getting just so many comments, and you know, typically what it is the email is, hey Greg, I want to pick your brain. I hear that comment on emails all the time, and even when we get subscriber visits, typically once we get, you know, introduced to each other and we show the house to the subscriber, they start firing away questions about how did you do this, how did you do that. So I think it would be worthwhile to put together a subscriber only live stream with the topic being answering your questions on what you're curious about the whole process of buying land and building a home in the Philippines. So let me know in the comments what you think about that, and then we would set that up again 2 or 3 days in advance, and then we would go ahead and do that live stream for you, and then you get an opportunity to all jump in and just fire away your questions. And again, Wilma and I will do our best to answer. Again, we're not experts. We can only share our experience, which may differ greatly from the experience you may experience, and it's regionalized as well. Obviously, things that happen here could be a little different than up in Luzon, for example. So it's not all apples to apples, but it would give, I guess, some guidance, and I think it would be a worthwhile exercise. So let us know what you think. Let's get out to the property and see what's going on. Was Daisy getting another bath?
Yeah.
Does she like it or no?
Yeah, she's
Tolerating it?
yeah. When I grabbed her, she was shivering already. She didn't even get wet yet.
She started shivering before
Yeah.
you put water on
Before I put water on her. Duke was better.
Duke was okay with it?
Yeah.
Hear her making her noise?
Now you're clean.
Poor girl.
Oh my goodness.
At least you're nice and clean now, Daisy. Ah, look at this. Brother and sister.
They're shivering.
They're both shivering. It's pretty warm here, boys. I should say boys and girls.
Boys and girl.
All nice and clean. You guys are eating like crazy.
Yeah.
They're weaned off of Sandy now.
Yeah.
So they're just eating solid food. And they love chicken and rice.
And sardines.
Oh, sardines too? You've been feeding them sardines?
But chicken is their favorite.
Yeah, chicken's their favorite. So, how you doing, Duke?
Poor thing.
How you doing, Daisy? Doing good. Got a nice bath. Boy, they're running around a lot. I mean a lot. They're all over the place. Actually, we caught them. They went to the gate.
Outside.
And they went under the gate, and they were running around out on the road. So, you know, not much traffic is up here, but we're still concerned about them getting run over, so we have to keep an eye on them.
Yeah.
But they're wandering all over the place. Whenever we walk outside with the food trays, they know the color of the trays. They come running. And they're both very good eaters. So, oh yeah, that's a bundle of puppies. Looking good. Boy, you guys really like this blanket. So you guys dry? Hey Duke, are you dry now? Daisy's really sleeping. How you guys doing? Let me see the face. You got your bath all done? What about you, Duke? You tired out from your bath? Looks like you're exhausted. So you have your blanket. So you can just hang out there this afternoon. All nice and clean. All right, guys, I'll introduce you to Lin Lin. Lin Lin is going to be with us on Saturdays, right?
Saturday. Sabado day, no? Yes.
Every Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's going to be here to take care of the yard, and she's already starting. She's starting back there today. And there was a lot of weeds, especially in the rocks.
Yeah.
So she's working across, and then she started here. You can see real nice job getting everything cleaned up. That's exactly what we want, once a week. And then I'll show you the next project. Look at these weeds. Now, she'll get to this after lunch. Don't know if she'll get the whole rock wall done because there's a lot. But look at all those weeds. See how the garden's been kind of left to its own? There's a lot of weeds in there. So we're going to take care of that. And then also, the good news is her husband works construction and he's unemployed. So I said, hey, I have a few projects. So I'm going to bring in another load of these rocks, these white rocks. I'm going to do that on Monday or Tuesday. And what we're going to do is a couple of things. First thing is, see how it doesn't look so good here? Just because before we got the grass starting to grow, we're having a lot of runoff here. But it has stabilized. We haven't seen any issues. So we're going to take these rocks out, dig down a few inches. You can see the dirt there. Dig that dirt out, get rid of the dirt. and then put the rocks back, and then put more rocks in here. And I'm probably going to go back to this column right here, dig down maybe 6 inches, and then put 6 inches of the stone all the way back to this column. So this will be all thick stone now. It'll look much better, and it'll be you won't be able to see all this dirt. He's going to do that, and then what he's also going to do, and I've mentioned this on previous videos, see how the rocks have settled here? They have not settled over there, but they settled here. So, and you can see the conduit with electric running down to the fence. We're going to fill this all in. As you can see, that's a trip hazard right there. So we're going to go ahead and add more rock here. And then the last thing I'm going to do is learning from experience, doing something a little different. So the weep holes are not doing what I expected them to do. So I messed around, and look what I did here. I dug out where the weep holes are. So we have one here in the center, 2, 3, 4 weep holes. And I was told as long as you put rock, you're good to go. The rain will find its way out. Well, it's not happening. So what I did was I just toyed with it. I just dug the rocks out and just exposed the weep hole. Now, when we get a lot of rain or I take any water out of the pool, it follows through, dumps right in there and goes out. No longer does the water go this way. So I'm onto something. So what I'm going to do is have Lynn's husband, sometime next week, probably end of next week, do a trough. Take the stone out, dig a trough. I have 3 bags of cement that I haven't used. He'll mix up some cement and basically just make a concrete trough under the weep hole. Let it dry, dress it up with the stone I'm going to buy, and do that 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So now, as our drainage, we don't want the water to go here to the garden area. Any water from up top, we want it to follow along, which it does nicely. But look, you can see how the stone is covered. So now, doing the trough and the weep hole exposed on both sides, the water will just dump in and go right out. And then we'll do the same thing here. It's probably overkill here and here, just to be safe, because water control is very, very important. And take a look at another project. We did that this week. Can you see the wire mesh? See the wire mesh? We did that all the way across, just so we don't have any animals jump in. Now, we haven't had any dogs come through here other than this area right here. They jump up on this rock and they were able to get through, including Sandy. And that's why we put the extra steel there that we didn't put on all the fence. So we put this extra piece. Remember John, my friend John, welded that for us. Same thing at the bottom. And that stopped it. But I went ahead and did wire. Don't even notice it, right? Look when you step back. Can't even see it. All the way across. So now it just seals it off even more. So there you have it. Once we get the helper to take care of that, this is our last problem with drainage right here. And water control is just so important. So we're going to be working on that this week. I'm happy to get a couple more larger projects going, especially this area here, because I look at it all the time. And we'll get that knocked out in the upcoming week. And I will definitely video as much as possible. It's supposed to be a sunny day today, but it's not. So Lynn's on lunch right now, and then soon to get to the wall, and then I'm going to come right in behind and power wash it.